Hey there guys, I'm NibletK. Welcome to Beneath the Tavern. Beneath the Tavern, y'all. We're gonna talk about Hearthstone. Welcome to another Hearthstone podcast. I think this is episode 2 because the first one was a pilot, so I'll still consider it. Cool. You guys like the new Boomsday project music? I think it's cool. It's definitely weird and jingly. Also, as you guys can see, a little bit more has been done to the set, so to say, so it looks a little bit more nerdy. Let's jump right into a little bit of news. So what do we want to start with? Not my Twitter page. This is my Twitter page, so anyway, we're gonna have some things that we want to watch over here. But first, let's get to a recent update that is gonna be introduced in Hearthstone. So upcoming Hearthstone rule changes, copy cards, transform, shadow boxer nerf, and more. That's what it says. Let's go full on view over here so that you can see it better. So what do we have? Ghostly Charger is losing the Beast tribe, which is good. People did say that it shouldn't actually be a beast because it's a ghost, and Blizzard actually replied and actually took notice. So that's a good thing. That's a good. Job well done, Blizzard. Next we have Ixlid Fungal Lord is losing the Elemental tribe. That's a little bit awkward, but he is kind of like a tree swamp creature. He's like a bog creature. So none of the bogs are actually elementals. So Ixlid not being an elemental is actually fair enough. Now Dan, what else do we have here? Shadow Boxer will now only deal damage when a minion is healed, not any character. So that means no more healing your face and doing damage. But this is only for wild, so keep that in mind. Next we have a few transformation cards. So let's see. Shifter Xeris. Okay, each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a random minion. Molten Blade. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a new weapon. And Shifting Scroll. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a random mage spell. Now all lose enchantments when they transform. I don't really get that. We'll get to that as we scroll down on the list. Now we have two new things about Voodoo Doll. Curse is removed on a minion if it is transformed. Okay, that's interesting to know. So if the target gets transformed in any way, it loses the death on the death rattle from the Voodoo Doll. And next, Curse is also removed if Voodoo Doll itself is silenced or the minion with the curse is silenced. Okay, so you can now actually silence this. But that rarely comes to be the case because Voodoo Doll is actually utilized in such a way that you don't really get to react to it. So usually it's mostly in Mage that has the possibility to ping the Voodoo Doll on their turn. And second, it's mostly used in Warlock, especially after having the Gul'dan hero power as well, or sometimes even with Mortal Coil or something on that line. Okay, copied cards will get all enchantments the original card has unless the card is in the graveyard. We have to look at that in more in-depth. And Shadow Boxer will be disenchantable for full dust for 2 weeks when the patch hits. So full dust refund on Shadow Boxer if you guys are into that. Let's discuss the changes. Okay. To visit their dedicated threads. So we already know about these and we agree with them. So Ghostly Charger is not a beast anymore. Not an elemental anymore. Okay. See, he's a Bog Shaper. I was right. Okay. Copy a card rule changes. That's new. So card copies currently only retain enchantments when both the original card and its copy are in play. Think Molten Reflection in update 12.0. This rule will be updated to match the one regarding enchantments being retained when the card transitions zones. Oh my god. So when transformed, the Hearthstone card typically loses all of its enchantment. Most cards in game already obey this rule. However, they are 4 cards that we are changing to keep in line with the rule as part of this consistency pass. Shifter Zeros, Molten Blade, and Shifting Scroll all transform in your hand at the start of every turn following the 12.0 update. They will no longer keep any enchantments when they transform. This includes things like hand buffs and Emperor Thaurissan mana cost discounts. So if you play Emperor Thaurissan or something that buffs your creature in your hand, once it transforms, it doesn't actually retain that buff. So you can't have Shifter Zeros transform into, let's say, Tyrion, and you ended up putting a buff on all of your minions. So Tyrion is still going to be a 6/6, and it will not be a 7/7 or an 8/8 or something like that on the lines. That's interesting to know. The impact on Voodoo Doll is a little bit different with the update. If you transform the minion that's already been cursed by Voodoo Doll, the curse will be broken, and the transformed and formerly cursed minion will not be killed when Voodoo Doll dies. Silencing the cursed minion will also break the curse. Okay, so that's, like I said, it's good to know that you can do that. However, Voodoo Doll is, like I said, in this current state of the meta, you don't really get to react to it. Shadow Boxer, we already saw this. So that's pretty much it about... Get that thing out of there. That's pretty much it about the upcoming changes. If you want to read all of this, just visit hearthstone.com news and go to the upcoming changes. Hey there. How's it going, man? Next, if you go to news, you're gonna see a bunch of new news threads that you can scroll around. This is the latest one, so if you want to look it up for yourselves, definitely check it out. Also, we have new cards, Boomsday project, complete card reveal schedule and whatnot, and the Ragnaros Fireside Festival Brawl. Pretty cool stuff. So definitely visit hearthstone.com. At the news section, you will see all of the latest news regarding Hearthstone. We will be going through most of them on this podcast as well, in our own chill, relaxed sort of way. So hope you guys have a great evening and enjoy the rest of this show. Let's go to the Boomsday project. Oh, I'm dropping some frames. Oh, whatever. That's always bad. Okay. Now I want to apologize for last time when we spoke about this. Now, this exactly here is the free-to-play single-player content that is going to be added. Now, it is said that it's going to be something different. So it's not going to be like the previous dungeon runs where you go in and fight certain mobs. You're going to have to do specific puzzles in this one, and you have to complete them with specific things that you have to do, like lethal, have lethal, or something like that. Mirror, you have to do specific things to mirror the exact minions or board state that your opponent has. Okay, chill. Troubleshooting is always an issue. Okay, it's slowly getting back to where it should be. That's what I wanted to say about this. Apparently there are going to be 100-ish puzzles, so definitely a lot of things to try out. It'll be interesting to see if there's going to be somewhat of a speed run in completing all of the puzzles. Who's going to be the first to do that? That's definitely interesting. And maybe I should close this window because it's really annoying. Okay, we closed that. Now there are some interesting news to be found at playhearthstone.com, which is the official site. So if you want to learn more about the official news, you're gonna see these things also pop up on your Battle.net. What is this thing called again? Battle.net launcher. You're gonna see over here most of the news sections. You can click them and they are going to take you to the official site. And this is the official site where you can learn everything that there is, also media and whatnot, card sets, and like I said, news. So these are the recent news articles. One thing that I want to watch with you is the new Boomsday project episode, which is episode 2 of the cartoon version. So let's enter the Boom Labs part 2. Okay, where I gotta do this. Okay, so first things first. I'm gonna close that so we don't have any music in the background and we can watch this video together.
I'm looking for some developers.
It's a little bit too loud. Sorry about that. Ooh, Rogue Lab.
Think maybe something here will get you back to normal, Peter? No, actually, I don't know poison when I see it. Everything here is so poorly labeled.
Yeah, all poison.
Still need to find Jamaro, Hadija, and Dave. Maybe they'll know how to fix you.
Unstable element test number 8-3. Uh-oh.
Myra's unstable element. Oh, we already revealed this card? Oh, moving on then. Focusing the light into lasers. This must be the Paladin Laboratory. You okay, buddy? Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Peter?
Has to be an instruction manual or something. Here it is. Oh, I get it. You're a mech. You're magnetic. So now you're permanently stuck to this
New Paladin card.
Looks good. I'm sure you'll be fine. No. Stop!
Not stopping by the holy light.
I'll find a way to save you, Peter. And the others. Even though I still don't know where they are.
So glad you could join us. My master plan is almost complete.
Dr. Boom! Fun with Dr. Boom! Boom! Let's fire up that game again so we can get that sweet ass music. Up until then, you're gonna see my lovely face. Welcome back!
The wind is really howling outside.
So if you guys are wondering how I get the music, I just go into shop menu and the Boomsday project and leave it open. And then you get the specific music. You can go to the Witchwood packs and then you get the Witchwood music. You can go to the classic ones. Kobolds and Catacombs. Knights of the Frozen Throne. And Journey to Ngoro. And back to Boomsday Project. Okay, now that we're back on this train, we're gonna be taking a look at some other interesting news features that were added, which I have also not seen. So let's see them and review them together. Load more. So where are we? Off meta report? I actually didn't see this one. Burst Druid? No. Miracle Priest? No. Odd Warrior. So these are interesting decks that you can get that are not really meta. So we have a Burst Druid. Interesting. It has Malfurion the Pestilent, Lich King, 1 UI, Spreading Plague, Leroy Jenkins, Druid of the Claw, Arcane Tyrant, Violet Teacher, only 1 off, King Mukla. It actually utilizes Mukla. Now that's an interesting take on that. Then we have Miracle Priest. It's basically a Divine Spirit fire deck. Definitely interesting. It utilizes Lyra the Sun Shard to get a bunch of spells. We have Odd Warrior. Ugh. I don't think that's such a good one. It also ain't that bad, I guess. Okay, so that's the why ain't that? Why? Okay. Pre-release. Let's see. The Boomsday Project pre-release parties are coming. Now this is interesting. Apparently, if you're gonna go to Fireside Gatherings, you can open up your packs earlier than the other people. Okay, open your packs early and reveal in some fireside fun prior to the Boomsday Project's official launch, only at a pre-released event near you. So you gotta go to a Fireside Gathering, because it's a different server, right? Interestingly enough. What is pre-release? Okay, pre-release events are special fireside gatherings where you can open any packs you have from the upcoming Hearthstone expansion early and play with them in the unique fireside brawls. That means you'll be able to open the packs you pre-purchased as well as any others you may have earned via Tavern brawls or other events. How exciting! That's what they say. In case you can't see that. Now you can. How exciting! Opening new packs is always exciting, but pre-release events take the excitement even further by allowing you to actually play with the cards you've opened before the expansion's officially released in 2 different fireside brawls. So you're going to only be able to play these cards in this specific brawl that they are going to have, so you're not going to be able to go on ladder and actually demolish players that don't really have any sort of clue about what it is that your deck is going to contain, right? If you have the new cards. So that's a no-go. So only the brawls are playable with these specific decks. So you can make specific decks and queue up in the brawls. There's your basic Boomsday brawl, a deck building brawl that will allow you to construct decks with the cards that you have opened during the pre-release event as well as those from your basic collection. And then there's also a scientific recipe, a pre-constructed brawl that will have new deck recipes from the upcoming set for you to play with. So that's pretty much for players that maybe don't really have that many packs to open but still want to enjoy playing with new featured cards. So joining a fireside gathering definitely has to have its perks, because you're going there to meet up with people, have a lot of fun, and play some Hearthstone, right? So it's definitely interesting to see that they are pushing this sort of things forward with Tavern brawls, specific Tavern brawls that you can only do at fireside gatherings, because that incentivizes people to go out and have a different Hearthstone experience than the one that they are having from home, and also socializing with other nerd friends that really enjoy the game. Your newly opened cards will be viewable in the collection manager, though they'll only be playable at an official pre-release event prior to launch. You also won't be able to disenchant or craft cards until the expansion officially launches. So you're gonna be able to see them in your collection, but you can't do shit with them. That's pretty much it. Okay, so where can I go for a pre-release? And here are some interesting things. So we have North America and Brazil if you want to go, and Europe and Russia. Now, I live in Germany, and if I would want to go to such a thing, so there's one in Budapest, Hungary, which is interesting. UK, so Hamburg, actually that's not so far from me. Gekobad, I was there. That's interesting. I could actually go there. I'm curious. August 5th, Sunday. It's a Sunday. Okay, Barcraft was already there. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's cool. Attend this gathering to unlock the Warlock hero Nemzi Necrofizzle. I'm not sure I'll go, but if I'll go, I'll definitely keep you guys in check. Keep you guys posted. I know exactly what it is. I was there at the tournament. A Pylon Cup, I believe it was called. Didn't make the preliminaries. It was one match, 1 point short. I was actually at a tie, but the tiebreaker was pretty much so that the other guy had better win percentages, I think. Win to loss ratio in more games. I don't know. Something on that line. Now let's get this thing out of there. Okay. Okay, Hearthstone chat with Stephen Chang, Magnetic. So this was the update where they showed us the new Magnetic cards. We're actually gonna take a look at them over here. We got War Gear, or maybe I'll just go through the cards next because these are kind of small. These are kind of small. Let's just watch the video, I guess.
Hey everyone, my name is Stephen Chang, and I'm a game designer on the Hearthstone team. I'm excited to chat with you today about Magnetic,
Okay,
one of the new mechanics
indulge
coming
us.
in the Boomsday project. Magnetic is a new keyword found on some of the mechs in
That
this
looks nice.
expansion. Mechs with Magnetic can either be played as a standalone minion, or fused with other mechs already on the board. When a Magnetic minion attaches to another mech, the targeted mech will gain its attack and health, along with any other abilities that it has. So, just how do you attach a Magnetic minion? Well, they
Play
work
it
a
to the
lot
left.
like magnets, in that they have polarity, because it matters which side of a mech you place them on. Placing a Magnetic minion to the left of a mech already in play will combine both cards, and have them share their attack, health, and abilities. However, if you would prefer to play the minion on its own, place it to the right of the mech already in play. This gives you more flexibility in how you want to interact with the board. When we started work on the Boomsday project, we knew we wanted to bring mechs back in a big way. We were looking for a mechanic that celebrated mechs, but felt different than playing those from Goblins vs. Gnomes.
Yeah,
We initially had
those
the
were
idea
really-
of these mechs
really
that could plug
overpowered.
and play into each other. What we came up with was a mechanic we called modular, and we tried a lot of different implementations. One was a choose one type effect, where you were presented with a choice to play it as a minion or attach it as a buff. In the end, it felt too clunky to have to choose each time you played one. Ultimately, one of our designers had this great idea of modular minions being sticky. They would attach to mechs if they were next to them, but would play as standalone minions if they weren't. We iterated on this idea some more and landed on the directional implementation, which acts like magnetic poles.
nice.
From there, we changed the name of the keyword to magnetic to better explain the effect. Our artist ran with it, creating some awesome visuals to help illustrate how it works.
That looks
It
cool.
feels super intuitive to fuse a magnetic minion onto another mech, and the effects really help show off the directional polarity. The Boomsday project has 3 classes that focus on mechs: the Hunter, Paladin, and Warrior. Magnetic minions can be found in these classes and in neutral. Depending on the board state,
Cool.
the decision to play your magnetic minions as minions or as buffs is compelling. Do you want to spread yourself wide to play around single target removal and silence effects? Or do you want to build the biggest, baddest mech this side of Netherstorm? I know what I want to do. Let's build a giant mech. This is Wargear. Wargear is a 5 mana 5/5 mech with magnetic. This card has a solid stat line for its cost and comes with inherent mech synergies. But its magnetic ability is what makes it exciting. If you have a mech on board that is ready to attack, you can attach this onto it and give it +5/+5. It's almost like a blessing of kings for mechs in neutral. So, what's a good target to attach this to? How about this unassuming little mech, upgradable framebot? This is a 2 mana 1/5.
This is
The simple
overpowered.
but hard to remove neutral minion is a great way to set up for a follow-up magnetic upgrade. You can of course place magnetic minions onto each other, but we wanted to ensure there were some good, resilient neutral targets for you to magnetize onto. Framebot was one of them, and putting Wargear on it makes it a menacing 6/10 mech. What else can we attach onto our Framebot? Let's try something with an additional ability. Beryllium Nullifier is a 7 mana 3/8 mech with magnetic that can't be targeted by spells or hero powers.
That's actually
It can be
interesting.
played as a big target for future magnetic upgrades, or fuse onto an existing mech to make it sturdier and stickier on the board. In general, magnetic mechs have higher health than attack, because we wanted to mitigate the burst potential you could get from them. So now, our Mega Mech is a 9/18 that can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. What else can we put on it? I think I have just the thing.
Yeah, the legendary.
Ziliax. Ziliax is Dr. Boom's personal bodyguard. He is both an excellent candidate for
Interesting.
magnetic upgrade and the ultimate upgrade himself. Putting Ziliax onto our Uber mech makes him a 12/20 mech with Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, and Rush that can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. That's one mighty mech. That's all the cards we have to show today. We hope you've enjoyed this look into Magnetic, and we'll be revealing more cards as we get closer to the release of the Boomsday project. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the tavern.
Fun with Dr. Boom. Alright. So we actually got to see the cards a little bit. We'll talk about the cards in just a second. Mid-game moves. Am I dead? Let's see. What is this post? This is a long written post. So if you want to read this, go check it out. We're not gonna do it. Let's see the Boomsday Project card reveal schedule. Now this is interesting because I can't decipher anything. So on the 19th of July, right? This thing was revealed, which is the Chomper for Druids. Now, week of... and we don't know what those are. Apparently. Week of the 22nd, so that starts tomorrow. We're gonna get nothing tomorrow, but we are going to get a bunch of cards starting Sunday. So 2 cards on Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards on Monday. That's insane. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6 more. Okay, so we're gonna get a bunch of stuff in the upcoming week. That is sweet. Now I don't know what this BRES is all about. This might be the online broadcast. So the online reveal. I'm curious to see who it's going to be. So that's always interesting. Oh, we're getting to see Dr. Boom, or a version of Dr. Boom on the 26th. Interesting. Want to see some memes? Sure, you can tell them to me, but not right now. Okay. What else do we want to see? What else? We already saw Enter the Boom Labs. Mid-game moves, reading your... So these are interesting articles that you might want to read, especially if you're a newer player. Definitely gives you some insight about what Hearthstone is. Next, we have another video, basically, with Peter Whalen. I think it's Whalen, right? Whalen, whatever. Welcome to the Boom Labs. Here we're going to see the new weapon. So weird scientists. Those are definitely interesting. I'm really curious to see what they have to say about Whizbang the Wonderful. Let's just get into it and see exactly what it is that they have to say. So let's indulge in another nice video from Blizzard. If it would actually load. Come on. God damn it. Well, ain't that a downer? Most blackest man. Is this your meme? Is this your meme? Where you just froze my internet for some reason? Because it seems to be working. I mean, goddamn, son, you're the goddamn wizard. I'm just kidding. Let's try to refresh the page and see if that fixes it. There we go. See, I'm a wizard too, you know.
It's Boomsday.
Hey!
I'm Peter Whalen, one of the designers on the
I nailed
Hearthstone
it.
team, and I'm here to talk about our newest expansion, the Boomsday Project. Every expansion starts with an idea. Dinosaurs, werewolves.
He's really high on something.
In this case,
On
it
Hearthstone.
was science. We wanted to make an expansion that captured the sense of wonder you feel when you look up at the stars, or when you mix baking soda and vinegar and watch it bubble over. We wanted silly explosions, giant plants, and hordes of cloned leper gnomes. For our science expansion, we needed someone special.
That's a nice
True
shirt.
champion. Someone beloved by Hearthstone players everywhere. Dr. Boom.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Boom. I live to build things. Bombs mostly.
Last
Yeah,
seen in
bombs
Goblins
mostly.
vs. Gnomes, he's been busy. He's built a secret base in the Netherstorm filled with the greatest minds on Azeroth. Well, at least the ones with no sense of self-preservation. And so, settings started to take shape. We'd have 9 different labs, one for each class, catering to a different
Interesting.
type of science. Mages are astronomers, shaman, meteorologists. We started off with warlocks as mathematicians, math being, of course, the most evil of all the sciences, but we ended up shifting them into researching souls. Goblins vs.
What?
Gnomes had embraced one aspect of science, the explosive bit. But the Boomsday Project takes on all of it. We had the flavor for the science set. How are we going to capture it in the cards? Every expansion has a mechanical personality. Journey to Ungoro was the dinosaur set. It had oversized rewards and giant, powerful cards. Knights of the Frozen Throne was about being sinister. It had cards like Skulking Geist and Gnome Feratu that let you mess with your opponents more than usual. The Boomsday Project is about science. We want you to feel like a mad scientist, combining cards in wild and wacky ways. Magnetic lets you
Those
glue
are
your
nice
minions together.
prints.
Omega cards encourage careful planning, and crazy gadgets lead to all sorts of silly hijinks. Take Super Collider. This is a
Whoa.
5-mana warrior weapon. After you attack a minion, if it survives, you slam it into one of its neighbors. It's the perfect warrior dream. We tell them, give us science, and they give us a giant hammer. Typical Garrosh. But back to the real story. We have 9 labs full
Don't
of
worry
crazy
about it.
experiments, one for each class, and they're all run by a legendary scientist. This is someone who embodies the ideals of their branch of science,
Nice.
often literally. Take Electra Storm Surge. She's an extreme meteorologist who's made out of lightning. Tangor, the crystal golem, runs the Paladin lab, making lasers by focusing the power of light. The Druid lab is overrun with giant plants and magical goo, run by one of my favorites. Meet Flabidinous Floop. He's the Druid legendary minion, a true master of gloop science, also known as biology, and he's one of the more mind-bending cards in the expansion. Every time you play a minion while he's in your hand, he'll transform into it,
Group for everyone.
keeping his attack, health, and cost. So you can play a 3/4 Stone Tusk Boar, or you can inherit some crazy abilities, like having a cheap Lich King or Ysera. It's a pretty flexible
Malygos.
card, and it promotes hugely open-ended deck building that'll let you test out your own crazy concoctions. While Floop is a zany scientist, the most wonderful scientist of all is a neutral card. Meet Whizbang.
Stand back and be amazed!
You start the game with one of Whizbang's wonderful decks. What does that even mean? First off, when you add Whizbang to your deck, you don't need any other cards. Instead, Whizbang replaces your hero and your entire deck. He even renames it for you to Whizbang is Wonderful. Because
Nice.
He is. When you start the game, he picks one of the 18 recent deck recipes for you at random. Each time you play, you'll get a new deck. It's a great way to experience lots of different styles and maybe find something new that you love. Whizbang is 18 decks in a single card and is both one of the weirdest cards we've ever created.
That
and one
is
of my
freaking
favorites. We've
awesome.
never done anything like this before.
For new
so
players.
We're excited to see how players react. We have more scientists to reveal and more crazy inventions yet to come, so stay tuned in the coming weeks. The Boomsday Project is launching in August, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all at Boom Labs.
Fun with Dr. Boom. Awesome. So, Whizbang the Wonderful is the best legendary out there to craft if you're a new player. As soon as you have the dust for it, craft that little mofo and start playing 18 decks that you don't own the cards for. You don't even need them. Granted, you're not gonna play the same deck that you want all the time, but it'll give you the opportunity to learn all the 9 classes more easily and see their potential. You can learn a lot of stuff more easily like that without, making wrong decisions or regretting certain things in the end. So that's kind of cool. And Flabidinous Floop is 4 mana Malygos. I'm not the only one who says that. Like, everyone who saw that card said, oh my god, why? Why does Druid get that card? Say hello to a gazillion damage to your face in one turn. You better have your oozes prepared. Even so, you're still gonna get pretty demolished, because they can still go Malygos on turn 9. You have to deal with Malygos, and possibly even the weapon. It's doable. It's definitely doable. You can be on turn 10 and go like Siphon Soul and Ooze. However, the next turn, he's gonna play a 4 mana Malygos and still have 6 mana, possibly even the coin, even if he didn't use it, if he's on the coin. So he's still gonna have at least 6 mana open, right? To do a lot of damage. Now, if he still has a swipe, that's 9 damage. If he still has Moonfires, that's 6 damage each. So that's 12 damage with 9, that's 21. 21 damage in one turn. I don't know if Druid has any other direct damage spells right now. If they get one, it's gonna be murder for everyone else. But it's still gonna be like a decent, high-rated chunk of your life that's gonna go away in one turn. And that is, during the game, you're gonna try to stay as healthy as possible and not go beneath, I guess, 24-ish. Which is hard to do. I mean, it's only 6 points of damage. He can do 6 points of damage during that phase, one way or another. Even if he ends up bonking you in the face with his hero power 6 times, that's already a decent amount of damage. Okay. Host a super science shindig for the launch of the Boomsday project. Host a fireside gathering release party for the Boomsday project. Okay. So this is if you're interested in creating your own fireside gathering. We're not gonna get into that. Now we do have another developer insight over here. Mid-game week is always like these nice little paragraphs about the game and learning specific things. Now let's see this developer insight. I think we already saw this one, right? It's with the recent changes. Yeah. We definitely saw this one. Okay. So I'm guessing that's almost everything I have about Hearthstone right now. We do have a couple of more things that I want to show you. Okay.
Skutex. About 8 years ago, an in-studio accident caused me to make that ridiculous PogChamp face that has since become immortalized in Twitch chat everywhere. Through the miracle of the internet and the magic of a strong legal team, rather than suing each and every one of you individually for copyright infringement, instead, this month, PogChamp has joined the likes of other iconic emotes such as Kappa and Tryhard and is available now as a special cheer emote in the chat. Because sometimes a regular ordinary PogChamp will not do, and you need that extra oomph to express yourself and support your favorite streamers.
PogChamp.
So thanks to everyone who's been using it thus far,
Cheer
and thanks
emote.
to everyone who's helped the PogChamp meme become what it is.
Sweet, so that's a little bit of news besides Hearthstone. Here we have another little picture about the Hearthstone Boomsday pre-release. So just go at your local fireside gathering. If there's one near you, you can actually go there, visit, meet up with a bunch of nice, interesting people that love Hearthstone and get involved in some Boomsday pre-fun. I don't know. This week's Tavern Brawl is brought to you by Ragnaros. Does that not open anything? No, it doesn't. It does not. So Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, comes back with the Fire Festival. Some of the things are more interesting, like your emotes have sparkles and flames and whatnot, and they say different things. That's also really cute. Plus the event itself, the Tavern Brawl, is really cute, revolving around a mini Ragnaros, and you have to do specific things to make it grow. So definitely a nice flavorful thing. However, the most important thing about this specific thing, let me see, can I find the news about, there we go, Ragnaros's Fire Festival Brawl. Now, Midsummer Fire Festival bonus has been activated across Hearthstone since Monday, which enables double gold for completing each quest. So that's the most important thing. It is really time to keep on doing that grind to get all them golds, because you want to buy a lot of packs, right? So you'll have to build your own deck, mini rag, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Here you see your fireworks emote unlocks by killing 8 minions. You have the level 1, 30 minions, level 2 is 60 minions, not million, level 3 fireworks. Here he is, light the fires of celebration. It's the festival of me. So that's always cool. Like you see, double X, so double gold, which is always good. And this is pretty much what it takes for you to do. And you're gonna have to kill a bunch of stuff and do it. Just go in, try it. There's no real losing or something like that, I guess. Just have fun, and you'll do it. You'll definitely do it. Don't beat your head into a pulp if you can't do it on the first try, but just go in there, have fun. Okay, back. This is some nice art. This is my good dear friend Deathsea, which you might know from Hearthstone tournaments. Hearthstone streamer, also was on the bridge on I am missing the show's name right. No, the show's name is The Bridge on Jinx TV. There we go. he got some new art, and it looks really fancy, and that's him in his most glorious form. Check out the green hair. It looks really cool. Kind of reminds me of Joker in a way, but definitely looks really cool. If you like really hilarious Hearthstone fun, definitely give him a follow and check him out. Okay, go check him out. Next we have Natalie Kibler is currently in the recording studio, so I don't really know exactly what this is gonna be. We might get another Ultrasaur song, not Ultrasaur, Galvadon song. You know, Galvadon themed. Galvadon, the last Kaleidosaur. He's got stealth and a whole lot more. Yeah, that's her. That is Brian Kibler's wife, which did the Galvadon music. So she's currently in the recording studio. Who knows what we are gonna get? Something boomy, probably. Definitely looking forward to that. Okay, Discord is this Discord. You gotta have Discord. If you're a gamer, if you're a true gamer, just get Discord. Doesn't even matter on what. PC, phone, just do it. They're giving away some cool shit for the 750k followers all across. Not bad. Pretty good. Kudos to them. And we already know about the pre-release dates that are going to be revealed. Sky's Toast had this interesting picture about specific legendaries, so we can actually take a look. So Luna's Pocket Galaxy is the mage legendary spell. We don't know exactly what it's gonna do, but that's how the art is going to look. We don't know exactly how much it's going to cost. We know Dr. Boom Mad Genius is the Warrior's hero card, so it's another hero card. We already have Phlebidinous Floop revealed, and this is the Druid's legendary spell, because we can see Flop's Glorious Goop, so it revolves around goo, mana, I don't know. We'll see what that's gonna bring. And here I'm thinking this is Warlock legendary, so the Stormbringer might be, no, I think it's Shaman, because it's blue, right? It's the really dark blue, so I think that's the Shaman legendary Stormbringer. Okay, because the mad scientist for the Shaman is Stormbringer as well, right? Something like that. Oh, here's a new card that we haven't talked about. Menacing Nimbus. We'll talk about the cards really on a fast pace in the upcoming minutes. Menacing Nimbus, Elemental Shaman card. See, it's dark blue. Battlecry, add a random elemental to your hand. So Shaman is getting kind of like the elemental package with the whole lightning, storm, elements, that kind of theme to it. So it's interesting to see. A lot of new elemental synergies. Shaman is like the best class for that, and they do have the best tools for that as well. And it also fits the theme really good. A good card. I would say it's a good card. Then yours truly. Ignore that. We did have this picture from Regis Kilbin. Definitely check him out. I told you he's a really cool guy. So we see a little bit of the labs, but not too much is hinted. But it's definitely nice to see because they're made like real props looking like. So yeah, they actually made these and have them as props. It's cool to see the art. Okay, that is not something that you want to see. This is a nice picture. Now I have no idea from where this is or what it is. I just think it's a nice piece of art. So embrace your inner geek. And we have the Hearthstone box plus the Hearthstone Tavern mug. This is something that every really important, apparently, Hearthstone streamer get. I don't know exactly how many Blizzard is sending out, but apparently Regis got one. Kudos to you, my dear friend. Enjoy your cocktail mixing studio. And can we just take a moment and Jinx is one of the best nerdware out there. So gaming nerdware. I don't even know how to call it. It's just awesome. If you like cool shit on your shirt, definitely go and visit Jinx. Follow them, visit them, go on their store, buy their shit, wear it with pride. If you're a real nerd, real gamer, enthusiast of cool shit, what are you waiting for? Just go. Look at their office. That looks... I would like to work in such a space. Look, you got all this stupid stuff, like the really old look at the Nintendo and Sega and all that Atari bullshit. A nice art sword on the wall, comfy chairs, nice HyperX. Apparently a lot of HyperX things. So mouse, keyboard, and headset. Even the really wide mat. All HyperX, definitely good quality. Really high quality posters, nice and framed on the walls. Really cool. PUBG, that's Iron Man. That's a specific Jinx logo that they had probably a print of on a shirt. Portal 2. I don't really know what that is. That's a Star Wars reference probably. That's some really sick art over there. I don't know how well you can see it, but ooh, that looks sweet. We got some more. Interesting collection of more arcade style fighting sticks. Your handy dandy kit of repairing stuff. A lot of old controllers and whatnot over here, as you guys can see on the really old Xbox. Some old comic books probably. Those are Nintendo cartridges, I believe. Those are Sega. I don't know exactly what those are, but they look old as well. Probably, again, Atari or Sega or something like that. And then last one, this is like the board game state. Really big TV for Uber gaming. Again, a lot of consoles, really old, cool, fun shit. Some more art. I think that's a recording booth over there. Not so sure, but I'm guessing it's a recording booth. And that Jinx sign is actually something physical, which is in front of it, which acts probably like a dispenser, so that the sound quality is better. And as you guys can see, a lot of board games. So definitely get your geek on. I don't know if I can't. I see Descent Journeys in the Dark. Now that's a good one. That is a good one. I can spot that a mile away. The other ones I don't really know, but by the looks of it, a ton of interesting variety. I'll just say variety. Anything else? Oh yeah, this is like the last news from here. So July 26th to 29th, go and watch Seed Story Cup. Yeah, definitely. I'm rooting for these guys. So Taj, RDU, and Nairia. RDU is actually from Romania, so a little bit of pride over there from yours truly as well. I hope you guys wreck some face. Yeah, got my money on you. So that's about it for twittering news. Now the last thing we're gonna do is actually go here, and we're gonna go to the Boomsday project, and we're gonna take a look at the cards one last time. This is gonna drop my frame rate yet once more. This is so bad, so bad. Wait. Okay, view all cards. I know, every time I load up this screen, everything goes. So here we see this thing was revealed. Now we do need a couple of more things. What is this? What happens if I do this? Why does it take me to a YouTube page? Is this another YouTube page? Okay, that's weird. I ain't touching that anymore. All the cards. So we have Mulch Muncher. Druid card revolves around 3 ends. As you guys can see, it gets its cost reduced for every 3 end that died. Druid is getting a lot of 3 end love this expansion. Definitely an interesting take. So I'm guessing hand druid with really token style druid is going to be good, and they're just gonna have like this beefy minion that they can just slam on the board on any given time, probably even 2 ofs all of a sudden, right? And you're gonna pretty much focus all of your resource on always clearing the board and taking care of their minions, because we do know that they have a lot of possibility to always swarm the board. So this is going to be a little bit of a problem if that style actually gets to work. And as you're gonna see, they get more loving support in that kind of archetype. So this is Landscaping, a 3 mana spell that summons 3 ends. So it's gonna be interesting. We already have Force of Nature there. 5 mana summon 3 2/2s. Then we have another minion that synergizes with 3 ends. So if you have a 3 ant on the board, this says Battlecry, discover a spell. So it's a nice card, a nice 2-drop. Granted, you're not gonna pretty much play it as a 2-drop because you want a 3 ant out, and up until now there is no 1 mana summon a 3 ant. It'll be curious to see if you actually get that, but most of the time you want to ramp, and then probably you can play a 3 ant and then play this and get a secondary spell in your deck. Next we have Whizbang the Wonderful. We already talked a little bit about this card. This card is a must-have if you're new to the game or just recently started out. Definitely save up some dust. Try to get this card as fast as possible. It'll allow you to jump into Hearthstone on a deeper level without actually utilizing so much resource from in your investment, so to say. You don't need to invest that much into building all these deck archetypes, because this one card allows you to play with each and every class with specific decks. And this will always change, right? Because it always has the latest deck recipes. So every time Blizzard changes the deck recipes, this card is always going to be something different. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Also, if you want to see a lot of golden cards in your collection and you want to play with a full-on golden card deck, all you need to do is craft a golden version of Whizbang the Wonderful, and you're going to have everything golden and shiny in your future. So I don't know, I want this golden card just for the memes, I'm curious to see if anyone can pilot one Whizbang the Wonderful deck up to Legend. that would be amazing. Phlebidinous Floop. Busted. Broken. Overpowered. Druid. Overpowered. Super Collider. So it is a warrior. In my past review, I said this might be a rogue card. I didn't know because I'm doing everything blind. Hey, I learned something every day. So Super Collider, 5 mana, 1/3 warrior weapon with really... it's just bad. Don't just... I would disenchant this. If you find this, just disenchant it. You get your dust and create something new. Annoying Module. Definitely, in my opinion, it's a good minion for mech synergies. Paladin might be, in my opinion, one of the only classes that will utilize mechs this expansion. Second, maybe Hunter, but I'm not so positive about that. And Warrior, that 7 mana, you're gonna see people aren't gonna know how to play around that. So if you're gonna have mechs on the board, they're gonna do everything possible to kill those mechs until turn 7. So it's gonna be a little bit hard to make a really big mech in Warrior, in my opinion. But let's just wait and see what other cards are going to get revealed. Maybe we will get more of these mech based cards that might help out the other classes as well. Ziliax is definitely a good legendary to have if you're going to go with the entire mech synergy. It's a cool card. It's definitely a cool card. It's not bustedly overpowered or anything like that. It's decent. However, it's going to be really specific. So it's not a must-have, so you don't really need to have this card. Probably not even going to be viable in the meta if the meta is going to be like what it is now. Really high roll and really big control, so to say, that gets us a ton of stuff on the board that has really high value, or really being really aggressive and swarmy and taking control of the board in the early game and then just rushing your opponent out of existence. Then this won't really have a place in that kind of playstyle. Here he is, Beryllium Nullifier. And don't get me wrong, the card is great for what it does. It's gonna put high stats on your minion. It's gonna make it immune to any polymorph effect or any in-hand spell removal. The only thing your opponent can do to take care of your minion is pretty much counter it with their minions. Poisonous is a problem. Silence is a problem. Silence is always something that can completely shut down the buff. Plus also making your, a 4 mana silence with a 4/3 can pretty much nullify the nullifier. Is it worth it? Probably not. If it's gonna get to see more play and it's gonna be a little bit viable, people are gonna know and start to learn how to counter it effectively. So it's not gonna be good. It'll probably be an interesting way to play at specific times until it gets noticed, and then it's time to swap, in my opinion. This is fodder for Magnetic. Definitely a good minion to have. I don't know if you would put this if you're not really gonna go with mech synergies, but it's definitely a good card. Especially so Arena is always a thing, right? There are Arena players. Arena is a ton of fun and always interesting, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen. Mech synergies in Arena are probably going to be pretty good if you can get them. This is probably a really decent 2-drop for Arena players as well. This is just a solid 5/5 for 5. If you're going with the whole mech synergy again, this is definitely a good card to have. Here we are, the Menacing Nimbus. Like I said, Shaman is getting a lot of elemental love. This is something that really helps Shaman out. Shaman has a lot of ways now to discover elementals. We have a 2-drop in the form of Menacing Nimbus that allows you to get another random elemental in your hand. Then we have a spell that lets you buff an elemental, and if you buff an elemental up with +2/+2, you actually get another elemental in your hand. I don't really remember if that thing lets you discover or it just gives you a random one. I think it lets you discover, right? And then we also have Servant of Kalamos, which also lets you discover another elemental if you have played an elemental before. And seeing though, as we have a lot of elemental synergies and a lot of elementals, that is really starting to get frustrating to say on my tongue. A lot of elementals. La 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 la. So Shaman is getting the elemental love. I want to stop saying elemental right now, so that's that. Where was I? Yeah. Stargazer Luna, we already seen these things. I want to see... Okay, Storm Surge, yeah. So he's going to have a lot of electricity-based things. So his legendary spell is going to revolve around electricity. Very curious to see what that's going to do. That has been it for today's show. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. Thank you guys for dropping by. Thank you guys for watching. I'm NibletK. You can find me each and every day, Monday to Friday, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I guess I'm saying that right. I'm not so sure. Look, I'm in Berlin time, okay? I start 6 in the afternoon or 18 in the afternoon, whatever you call it. Go for about 4 hours a day. I'm gonna learn how to give you guys my schedule more freely and easily. Don't give me some hate for this, or give me, just because it helps me learn faster. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. This was Beneath the Tavern. We're definitely gonna learn and progress this series. Hopefully one day we'll get some interesting folks down here to join us as well. And we're gonna have a real Hearthstone discussion from time to time. Other than that, we're just gonna have fun as usual and talk about Hearthstone and other whatnot, as you guys saw. And I guess I'll see you guys next time, next Friday. Every Friday from... Technically it's the beginning of Saturday, because it's Friday at 0 hours or 24 hours. I don't even know. I hate time, because there are so many ways in which you can say time. So Saturday at 12 a.m. That's the time. Check it out. If not, you can always check out my YouTube page. Each and every broadcast will be recorded and put on my YouTube page. So if you guys want to check this out again, or missed it, or missed parts of it, you can definitely check it out there. I'm your boy NibletK. I hate saying that. Doesn't sound good. That sounds so... I'm NibletK, your fellow nerd. Noob. Dumbass. And all that jazz. See you guys.